Now let's do the transfers as per the information. Remember, normally the transferred are effected between our business books and our trust books. And we start from, let's go and check the business books there. As you can see here, I want you to listen attentively here. So remember, under this correspondent here, we do have this account. So we need to balance it. And when we balance that, we are going to transfer to the trust. If you can check here, here is whatever we charge. This side means a data we have increased. This is what we charged. So we have to find the difference between the two. So when we find the difference between the two, remember, I think you still remember how to balance the account. So this is what you need to do. So you must add this side and compare with this side. So for me, when I added, I realized that this side was the biggest. And this side was how much? Was 30,000. I use my calculator, you can use your calculator, guys. If I'm wrong, no, don't worry. As long as you understand what I'm talking about here. Okay, I think it's 30,543. You must go and check, guys. And then this is the biggest side. Okay, so remember, if you balance the account, the biggest side must appear both sides. I'm also going to write it here. I'm going to have 30,543. You see, that's the first step of balancing. So this means that this side and this side doesn't balance. This is the biggest. So there must be a difference here. So you just have to take this 30,543, you minus the two amounts that you see here. So when I use my calculator and minus, I'm left with 23,666. Amount that I'm left with. This is the amount that I'm left with after minusing the smallest side. And this is the transfer that I'm going to make between the trust books and the business. So I'm going to take this to the correspondent trust. I'm going to take this to the correspondent trust. So I'm going to say correspondent. I'm going to say in brackets trust. Okay, T stands for trust. I'm just trying to save time. And then we use trust journal for this. I wrote TJ, so we use trust journal. So if they ask you for the trust journal, they only want you to show things like this. You cannot show this information on top here. You cannot go to the trust journal. So the trust journal is when you transfer between the correspondent trust and the correspondent business. So the fact that I said correspondent trust, I must go to the correspondent trust. Remember, it's the instructing attorney. And make sure that I go to the opposite side. I took it from the credit, I must take it to the debit side. So I'm going to go to the correspondent trust on the debit side. I'm going to show that on the debit side. Correspondent trust, I'm looking for that one. Correspondent trust. Let's see. Okay, can you see I've got correspondent trust? I must come here because there it was on the credit side. I'm going to come here on the debit side and say correspondent because I took it from the correspondent business. I must write the account from which I took it from. Remember, the whole thing that I'm doing is the transfer journal. That's why I write TJ, and then it was 2366. Now, that is how I do the transfer. You can see I wrote TJ. It helps me a lot. It's a transfer. You can also write in brackets here, write transfer so that you can understand better. Transfer. Can you see now? So, but I prefer it like this. Okay. And the rule says the fact that you did the transfer between the business correspondent and the trust correspondent, you must also do the same transfer between the two cash books. So I must also go to the cash book and do the same transfer. In other words, I must transfer the same amount that I did, or which I transferred between the trusts and the business. I must do the same thing under the trust book. So I'm going to take the amount from the trust bank account. Remember, now this money belongs to us. I'm going to say I'm taking it to the business bank. Now, so in brackets, you can just say transfer, guys. TCB. And then how much? 2, 3. The same amount that you transferred. It's 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And don't forget, at the same time, because you said business bank, you must also go to the business bank on the opposite side. You come here. But you say trust bank. In brackets, write transfer. It's okay. We took it from the trust bank. And then TCB. And then it's 2, 3, 6, 6. Can you see? How easy is that? Just like that. So you need to know the transfers must also be done between the two cash books. Okay, so bear that in mind. Okay, so thereafter, if we check here, we can just accounts as they are. So if I try to balance the account here, you can see that I think this account balances. I think I've got an amount of, let me just change the color to make it a bit distinctive. Let's see, I'm gonna put this color. So I'm gonna have, I think it's 30,000 here, guys. If I'm incorrect, sorry. I've got 30,000, that is the total. I've got 30,000, so this account is balanced. Can you see now? It works out perfectly for me. Okay, so those are the totals. You can draw 2 lines there, it's okay. And I can also do for this one. For this one is a business bank account. If they ask you to balance, you do the same. So the biggest side between the two, let's see, 7.5 plus 1.5 plus 900. So the biggest side is the debit side. So I'm going to have the biggest side is this one. It's 23,000 is the biggest side. I'm going to say 23, 1, 2, 3. And then I must also copy it on the other side. Remember, that's how to balance the account. 23, 1, 2, 3. Can you see that is the first step of balancing the account? And thereafter, I'm going to have the balance carried down here because that's my smallest side. Only if they ask you to balance the account. The balance carried down. It's going to be the biggest side minus the smallest side. So if I minus the smallest side, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, I get 137, 13,710. Okay, that is how to balance the account. And then thereafter, can you see? So for me to find this amount, I said 23666 minus everything that I see here. I got this. And thereafter, I must bring it down on the other side. Can you see? That's how you must do that. That's how to balance the account. You must put it there, down there, but you call it balance brought down. And normally in the exam, they don't ask you to balance it, but if they ask you to balance because of time, but if they ask you to balance it, balance it. Just know everything, guys. You never know in the exam, they can ask you anything. Can you see? So this is how to balance the accounts, guys. Make sure that you know how to balance the accounts. Okay. This is very easy. Like me. Easy like Sil. No, I'm Sylvester, they call me Sil. I normally say this is easy like Sil, as you can see. I like that. Okay. So make sure that you know how to do that, guys. You know that I like giving you this content, you know, that you can pass, you know. Thank you so much, guys, for subscribing. You know, our channel is growing. Please tell other people to subscribe. Make sure that, you know, we grow the channel, because, you know, it's not only for you guys. Remember, even your children are going to access this in future. I'm telling you. Your children are going to access this. You know, please share. Always share. Always share. Okay. So let's go and check the next account that we can balance. Okay, let's see. What do we have? What do we have here? We've got the correspondent trust. It balances this one. I'm going to have total of 30,000 here. Can you see now? It just works perfectly for us. 30,000 here. You know, just like that. You know? But remember, you can't do this if you're memorizing. Never. I know. You can't memorize this. That's why most people think that accounting is difficult. It's not. Accounting is not difficult. It's just that we just want to pass without understanding. No, don't torture yourself. Like me, I know from my past experience. If I'm not ready to write exam, I don't write. I don't want to torture myself. I need to understand better. I analyze situations as I see them. Okay. So this one has balanced here, and this one, the fee income. Yes, let's see. The biggest side, which one is the credit side? The fee income, I think, how much is it? The biggest side is 17,950. That's the biggest side. You know, balancing is the same way. The biggest side, the biggest side, the biggest side. 17,950. Okay, 950. And then the difference would be here. How much is the difference? I just take this one and I minus everything there. Let's see, when I minus, how much do I get? I get 11,970. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. And this is the amount that is going to be taken to our profit and loss, because this is an income. So this is the income that we can account for after minusing everything that belongs to the instructing action. Profit and loss. Okay. And normally we use general journal for this one. GJ. You know, I'm just giving you all the details. You know, I just want, you know, you don't have to stress. I don't know, you know, this transferring, don't stress. Stress about how to record, because this is where you get marks. Okay. I hope everything makes sense so far. I know, I think you understand what I'm trying to say here. Yes, the next one, the last one is going to be the output or SARS account. The biggest side is going to be which side? Which side is credit side? Don't know how much is the credit side there. The credit side, let me use the calculator quickly. 1,800 plus 893. 292,693. Biggest side, I must also copy it on the other side. 2,693. Now I must 2,693. 2,693. Remember, this is just the total. Remember, the biggest side must appear both sides. So the difference, I'm just gonna take this total here, and I minus 600, I minus 297, minus 600, minus 297, I get 1796. 1796, and then I'm gonna have, we call it balance carry down. Balance. Let's see. Balance carry down. Okay, and at the same time, we need to bring it down. I think you know by now. That's how to balance the account. You need to say balance brought down on the other side. Balance brought down on the other side. which is the same as 1796. Okay, so this is how to balance the account, guys. Okay, you need to balance the account so that you can get marks. Okay, I hope, guys, you understand. Please take it easy. Make sure that you study, guys. Good luck for your exams. I wish you well. And remember, God is always on our side. All the trials and tribulations, for now, don't worry about them. They're just going to pass. Good luck, everyone. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. Thank you so much.